These AI systems are powerful, and they are changing the shape of our civilization. And because of that, you have a golden opportunity, not a golden opportunity to make money, although you can if that's what you want and make it easily. The golden opportunity I'm talking about is the opportunity to relax into your life, to slow down, to allow AI to make you way more productive, with you not having to increase your contribution to that productivity, and as a result of that, be able to turn that freed up time and dedicate it to understanding yourself. Welcome to another episode of AI and Spirit. This is the YouTube playlist series in which I talk about the technological singularity from a spiritual perspective. I explore the technological singularity from a spiritual perspective because the technological singularity is actually a spiritual inflection. It is a moment in time where enough human beings have lined up with the probable future reality that some are calling the Star Trek reality, such that that reality becomes our waking reality. It's happening because it's time for human beings to lean more in the direction of their spiritual awakening, coming into the realization that they are more spiritual beings than human beings. In fact, every single one of us is what I like to call a God in human form. Now, the word God creates a lot of distortion in a lot of people, especially Christians. The main one being that this God is something separate from us and outside of us, and as a result of that, able to judge us. And there's nothing like that happening in all of all that is. You can find out more about that in my Worthiness Wednesday episodes. But in this playlist, this is about exploring artificial intelligence and the technological singularity as a way of pointing to what's coming. And what's coming is an opportunity for you to realize what I just said a moment ago, that you are a God in human form, and you've come into this physical reality in this particular time and space in order to enjoy and immerse yourself in this technological singularity, which again is a spiritual inflection. And in this episode, I want to talk a little bit about Claude Code, or actually the entire Claude suite of artificial intelligence tools. And I want to talk about that from the perspective of my own personal experience, because I am beginning to be, it's not really beginning, I've been for some time encouraged or nudged by my broader perspective to subscribe to the Claude series of AI tools. But what's been holding me back is that Claude is not designed to create images. And for the most part, besides using artificial intelligence, primarily ChatGPT, as a coworker in my daily life, I suppose you could call it, I use ChatGPT primarily for generating the images you see on my YouTube videos. And Claude isn't capable of doing that yet. But my broader perspective has been nudging me toward Claude because I also want to create an app that can essentially provide the services I provide to my clients one-on-one for much less cost than what I'm charging for in-person one-on-one sessions. I charge $75 a session, and my clients actually think that's a killer deal. But I think if I'm able to generate a AI app, like an AI agent that can basically do what I do for my clients based on the positively focused framework, then I could charge like $5 a month or something like that, some ridiculously cheap price, which will enable people to still get the benefit that they get from talking with me directly, but without having to pay $75. Now, what I just said is really remarkable because it points to what I've been talking about in all of these AI and Spirit episodes, which is the future that we're moving into is going to be a future in which products and services are so cheap to make, that they're offered to consumers at dramatically decreased prices. And this mechanism, this dynamic that's occurring across the world as a result of AI technologies and soon humanoid robot technologies, this deflationary dynamic that I'm talking about is it's already happening, but it's going to come with much greater speed in the near future as more and more people with the mindset that I have around offering positively focused framework training for like $5 a month. There are other people thinking about doing the exact same things with other products and services. And so we are seeing a future unfold where prices of products and services are going to be ridiculously low, which means your dollar is going to go much farther. And at the same time, as we witness double-digit GDP growth, there's going to be a shift in the fiscal policy of the United States where we begin paying people from the Treasury a universal basic to start and then a universal high income. So individuals are going to receive money without them having to do anything to get that. And that money is going to go farther because products and services are going to be really, really cheap. And so my broader perspective, in case you don't know, you have a broader perspective too. Your broader perspective is that part of you that does not come into physical reality with the portion of you that did come into physical reality. And in non-physical, you can't see my hand, in non-physical, your broader perspective has a broader perspective of your life trajectory. And as a result of that, it is constantly guiding you to everything that you're wanting so that you can receive those things effortlessly. Again, I talk about this in more detail in both my live videos and also in my Worthiness Wednesdays videos. Back to what I was saying. My broader perspective has been encouraging me to explore Claude because of the capabilities that Claude has. And I'm really overjoyed over how Anthropic has been eclipsing the other AI companies. Their frontier large language model, Claude, according to the research I've been doing recently, performs much better than the other frontier models at this moment. And it's no wonder, because Dario Amodei and his sister had organized Anthropic to run or to serve businesses. And they've been very focused on that. And as a result, the revenue that they're generating from the development of their large language model is extremely high. And as a result of that, they're out in front of all the other AI companies, including OpenAI that produces ChatGPT. Recently, one of my clients turned me on to this guy named Ruben Hassim, I think is his name, and he has a catalog of Claude AI tips available for free that anyone can go into and explore and discover for themselves the advantages Claude has over ChatGPT. And as I was looking at that material, and I'm putting up some screenshots of what I've looked through from his, I think it's a Substack page or whatever those things on Substack are called, I was blown away by the amount of information and detailed instructions he's offering people for free. And again, here is another example of someone who has come into physical reality in perfect timing to help usher humanity into the AI age. This person, I don't know what he's doing on a day-to-day basis, but it's amazing that he has the time to produce the kind of quality he's producing in these aids he's producing for free for people to consume. But nevertheless, here this guy is offering this stuff for free which gives people a leg up in being able to take advantage of the Claude ecosystem of AI tools. And I am certain that his broader perspective is guiding him to do that, because just like Dario and his sister and all the other leading pioneers in the AI industry, this guy, Ruben Hassim, and his broader perspective are co-creating the unfolding of this future that I talk about on my YouTube channel, particularly in this playlist, the AI and Spirit playlist. There are thousands, if not millions, of people who are oriented, spiritually focused on this emerging future that is the age of superabundance. And they are doing their part to make that future our now reality. And it seems as though Claude as an AI tool is out on the front. Now, I have received comments, as I talked about this in my last AI and Spirit episode. I've received comments from people who lambast AI, calling it dumb and incapable and inaccurate. But here's the thing that I'm discovering through my clients who are professionals, some of whom are professionals, and in my own experience. We all live in our own separate realities, and there's no one else in there but us. Again, I talk about this in detail in my live streams and in my Worthiness Wednesday episodes. And the people and experiences you're experiencing in your own individual reality, the people I'm experiencing in my experiences in my own individual reality, are reflecting back to me, just like the people in your experience are reflecting back to you, what you believe about any given subject you happen to be thinking about at that moment. And so my clients, because I'm oriented toward wanting to produce this AI agent that models the positively focused framework to clients that I would eventually offer for somewhere around $1 or $5 a month, because I'm oriented that way and my broader perspective knows that that's what I want, the people in my life experience, my clients primarily, and now Ruben Hassim, are nudging me by showing me examples of how this Claude AI system could benefit me. The first time this happened was with a client named Jason. He's a software developer. I've talked with him before in my Worthiness Wednesday episodes about how he manifested a vice president role for himself, effortlessly, by the way. But he encouraged me to go on to Claude and play with its ability to create apps. And at the time I didn't do it because I felt that it wasn't time to build, to sink a lot of time into building the positively focused app and AI agent that I want to create. But that was the first nudge. And then most recently, this week in fact, another client, her name is Tanisa, who is a dabbler in software development and has been working extensively with AI tools. She strongly encouraged me to look up this guy, Ruben Hassim, because she is finding Claude to be phenomenally supportive of her development goals. And so I went there and looked on his site and was blown away by the sheer amount of content, and also blown away by what he was describing as the capabilities for Claude. All of this is to say that I'm experiencing a tremendous realization of how powerful these AI tools are becoming. And if you go onto Ruben Hassim's website, his Substack, and you look at some of the blogs he's written talking about the capabilities of Claude, it becomes very, very obvious that the people on my YouTube channel who are complaining about how bad AI is, those people are living in a reality that is reflecting back to them evidence of their thoughts and beliefs on the subject of artificial intelligence. And their thoughts and beliefs are distorted because there are probably hundreds of millions of people who are effectively using Claude, and probably tens of thousands, if not more, businesses that are benefiting tremendously from Claude, not to mention Anthropic itself. In fact, In a recent YouTube video I saw where Dario was being interviewed by a reporter, and in another video from Anthropic where I think their chief engineer was talking to another member of their staff. In both of those videos, both officials, the CEO and this chief engineer, were saying that 80% or more of the code that's developed within Anthropic is being written by artificial intelligence, and the code that it's writing is working. And if there's a bug in the code, the Claude system can find the bug and fix it. So it's really interesting, even though Claude is as powerful as it is and capable as it is, and basically taking over business sectors in the United States and elsewhere, it is possible, if you are lined up in your thoughts and beliefs, that AI is bad, or that AI doesn't work, or it's stupid, like this one comment I received on my YouTube channel said, then you're going to receive evidence confirming those beliefs, even while there are probably tens of thousands, if not more, companies and hundreds of millions of individuals like this guy Ruben Hassim who are benefiting so tremendously from these AI systems that they're wanting other people to benefit in that way too, just like Tanisa, my client, wanted me to benefit from it. These AI systems are powerful, and they are changing the shape of our civilization. And because of that, you have a golden opportunity, not a golden opportunity to make money, although you can if that's what you want and make it easily. The golden opportunity I'm talking about is the opportunity to relax into your life, to slow down, to allow AI to make you way more productive, with you not having to increase your contribution to that productivity, and as a result of that, be able to turn that freed up time and dedicate it to understanding yourself, understanding what you are, not who you are, what you are, which is primarily a spiritual being. And that is the purpose of this future we're moving into. It's for each and every one of us to discover what we are. And what we are, to go a little more deeply into it, is we are a spiritual stream of consciousness that is one with every other point of consciousness currently here on planet Earth. And in that state of consciousness, we are coming from a place of love and appreciation for every other point of consciousness. And when you come into that clarity that you're coming from a place of love and unity and oneness with every other point of consciousness on this planet, not only does your life improve dramatically, not only are you then able to get everything you want without efforting to get those things, but you also come into this state of realization that my clients and I are coming into, which is beyond words and description. The closest thing I can get to it in describing it with words is happy, joyful, blissful, blessed, worthy, and sovereign. Those are a lot of words, but they get really close to the experience I'm having in my life and the experience the masters of this practice are having in their lives. You can have that experience too once you realize what you are. And the positively focused practice, the ultimate outcome of the positively focused practice and its framework is that, for you to discover what you are. And when you do, you have the realization embodied in those words I just gave a few minutes ago that describe a life that is off the charts. I say this over and over again, where everything you want happens without you having to do anything to make that happen. It's so good. I'm so excited to dig into Claude. I'm so excited to dig into Ruben's vast number of shares he's giving, encouraging people to embrace AI. It's so good that there are people like him, that there's people like Dario and his sister, there's people like Sir Demis Hassabis, and so many others, so many countless, nameless people who are contributing to this future that we're moving into, a future that is going to be so phenomenally better than what we currently are experiencing. This Star Trek universe. It's so good. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.